During the 2019 presidential election petition instituted by Atiku Abubakar and the PDP against President Muhammadu Buhari, the APC, and the Independent National Electoral Commission, one of the arguments raised by the legal team of the Independent National Electoral Commission was that Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who was the vice president, was a necessary party and not being sued. The whole case should be struck out. In response to this argument, the Court of Appeal held that Professor Yemi Osinbajo was merely a desirable party and not a necessary party. In simple terms, the court held that it was at the discretion of the petitioner to have joined Professor Yemi Osinbajo as a party to the suit, and not joining him as a party did not in any way affect the case. Then you might ask, who is a desirable party and who is a necessary party? You could even ask, can a party lose a case because they sued the wrong persons, or lose the case merely because they sued the right persons, but not all the right persons? All these questions will I be answering in this episode. I am Abolade Akikumi. Welcome to the Insight Legal. First of all, before suing a person, it is important to ascertain that they are recognized by the law as a person. So a case cannot be instituted against a child, or a lunatic, or an unincorporated company. A child or a lunatic can only be sued through their next friend, and an unincorporated company can be sued through the person handling the business. It is also necessary that you ascertain that you have locus standi. Locus standi refers to the standing and competence of a person to sue another person on a particular matter. So if Mr. Sanders beats Mr. Biden, Mr. Donald will not be competent to sue Mr. Sanders, and only Mr. Biden can sue in that regard. However, if it were a human rights violation, anyone can sue to enforce the rights even though they are not directly affected. So if Mr. Donald were to sue under the guise that is enforcing Mr. Biden's right to dignity, he could probably have a standing before the court. Now, let us talk about types of parties to an action. There are mainly 4 types of parties to an action. A proper party is a person who does not necessarily have an interest in the case, but sued for some good reasons. If a proper party is not sued, the effect is that the whole case will be struck out, or whatever judgment delivered will be rendered a nullity. One of the main reasons for this is that whoever will be affected by a judgment, or is being alleged to have done something, must be sued to give those people an opportunity to defend themselves. A necessary party is a person who not only has interest in the case, but in whose absence there can be a proper determination of the suit. A desirable party is a person who may be interested in a suit or affected by the decision of the court. Just like in the case of Atiku and Buhari, if President Buhari was removed by the court, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who was the vice president, would have been affected. So that makes him a desirable party. Finally, a nominal party is a person sued merely because of the office they hold and not because they are directly involved in the case. For instance, by virtue of Section 20 of the Supreme Court Act, an action against a state will be against the Attorney General of the state, while an action against the federal government will be an action against the Attorney General of the Federation. Now, let us go back to our introductory question. Yes, a person can lose a case because they sued the wrong persons, or even lose a case merely because they sued the right persons, but not all the right persons. Thank you so much for watching. Please make your comments below and subscribe to this channel to get updates on subsequent videos.